I'm your host, Lynn McLaughlin. This week's guest, Irina, has been helping me personally and professionally in the last little while as I try to grapple with some things in my own life. She has a corporate background. She's a nuclear engineer, but now she owns Entrepreneur Enlightenment. Just that name of her business alone is something that's intriguing, I hope, to you. She is a highly strategic and results-oriented individual, but she uses her intuition and energy healing to help her clients resolve and release anything that's keeping them stuck. Welcome to our show, Irina. I have been seeking, I would say, for the last 5 years to better understand my intuition, my place in the universe as opposed to this physical body. And Irina and I have had a follow-up call, and I'm really excited. In a couple of weeks, I have a 90-minute energy healing call. So let's talk about some of the things. You've got that innate intuition, Irina, but you had to tap into it. What would you say for people like me at the initial steps? What should we be doing to just say, I really, really want to do this, but I don't even know where to start?
Very good question. You follow your curiosity, because at the beginning, I was an engineer and I was not a healer. And I had met people who were intuitive healers. And I actually worked with a lady right in 2010. She had the MBA, and she was, again, like a big corporate, very successful. And then she did that. So at the beginning, I just followed my curiosity. So I was curious. The first time when I went to energy healing, I had I was a hiring manager, and you probably know all about that. And I observed, I got nervous, although I was the hiring manager, I was the decision maker, because I was the empath and I was picking the energy of the person being interviewed. So the first curiosity I had is like, why do I get anxious when I'm the hiring manager? That was my first call to this person. And I remember I went to Toronto to see her. She was living on one of the high-rise by the lake on maybe 24th floor. And she did a meditation with me. And she said, like, connect with the ground. And in my brain, I thought, I'm on a 24th floor, like how to connect with the ground. And then the next thing she said, although we're on a 24th floor, you can connect. But I didn't say out loud. I just said it in my brain. So I said, oh my God, like she can read my thoughts. So I followed my curiosity, and I had more and more of those sessions. And then again, the universe, I had a friend, he was the intuitive healer, and I had session with him, and he needed a space to teach his class, his angel guidance class. And he said, can I come at your brick and mortar, as I said I had? And I said, yes, for sure. And he said, do you want me to pay you, or do you want to attend? And I said, oh, I'll attend, like, cool. And the way you learn this, they pair you. So it gives you the theory, and then they pair you to do exercises. So I was paired with this lady. We had the eyes closed, and I was supposed to scan her body. And I kept seeing her leg beside her. And I was saying, interesting. So
good choice of words.
Yes, and we couldn't talk until the exercise was finished. And then I said, I keep seeing your leg beside you. Like, what's up with that? She said, well, I have a displaced hip.
Oh, interesting. What did she see for you?
It's not important, but what I want to say that by having those experiences, both working on myself with healers, having spiritual awakening and awareness, and then by me experiencing those things, that's how I've learned. And that's what I recommend to answer your question, is follow your curiosity. I didn't know anything about it. I didn't know even what I'm capable or what my intuition is or how powerful it can be. But I followed my curiosity, and I followed my desire to understand myself, to make myself the best that I can be. And in this process, my intuition was heightened, my empath abilities are heightened. Like I have clients in New Zealand and Australia, and I do this and I feel their energy and I feel, oh, back pain or this or that. And it's amazing.
It's fascinating. And I can't imagine what that was like the first time you realized you could do that.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, you talk about the difference between IQ, EQ, and SQ. Help us understand that.
Yeah. So a long, long time ago, having a high IQ was highly prized, right? Like you need to be smart, Einstein time and after. Then maybe 50 years ago, 40 years ago, we started to learn that there is an emotional intelligence, and all the leaders started to take emotional intelligence courses. And that was like a big lift from very militant, very strict, everything was intellectual. Is like now we're starting to incorporate the emotions. But the next evolution, then the next up step is spiritual intelligence, where we can make, so that's how I help my business owners, that's how I help my clients, where we can make decisions based not only on the logical mind, but on a spiritual intuition. What is in the highest good? What would fulfill my life rather than just the bottom line? So when we had the IQ was Excel spreadsheet bottom line, this is the best decision. Then we put the emotional intelligence and we said what's good for the people, what's good for the team. So that was a step forward, a big step forward. But now is what's good for the highest good.
The highest good, meaning all people, the
All
universe,
people.
what's bigger than us, the
Yes.
spirituality, the connections, okay.
The planet, the animals, the environment, the highest good. And the highest good never excludes us. That's the beauty of it, because it's, I will not receive that I should do this with my business because it's in the highest good. And that means I'm going to suffer, or I'm going to work hard, or I'm going to not feel fulfilled or nurtured.
You and I, when we were talking, you were saying that 15% of the world is now on this path, is now aware, is actually aware. And 85% of us are either trying to get there, or we're not even close to it, or aren't even aware that it's a possibility. So those of us that want to take a first step, Irina, and I asked you this question when you and I were meeting privately, what's the first thing we can be doing to begin? I want to be in that 15% of people that have been awakened and that are aware. What do I need to do?
Yes. So between the low energy and the high energy, there is one that's called courage.
Mm.
And everyone who goes over the courage starts to get into the 15%.
Ah.
So having the courage, and it is a bit unknown, like what is this healing? What is this energy? It's a bit unknown. But if you feel inside of you a curiosity, and then with curiosity, you add courage, that's all you need to start the journey. And then the journey unfolds in front of you. You will hear something, you will meet someone, you will have a dream, you will have an epiphany, whatever, like the journey unfolds in front of us if we have curiosity and courage.
I love it. And there are listeners and viewers right now who are saying it's all coincidence. You know what? It doesn't matter to me if you believe it's a coincidence, if you believe it's the universe, if you believe it's a higher power, if it makes you feel better and helps you to give back to the world or give to other people to bring more peace, more empathy, more humanity, then so be it.